how did you guys come to the idea of this documentary?
Cristina, pretty soon.
Yeah.
I take no credit for the science fair idea. I mean, my science fair experience pretty much ended with baking soda volcanoes, and so I had no idea this world existed until Cristina told me about it. And the funny story about that is that when we were working on a very dark story about fentanyl, Cristina and I both do a lot of investigative work, and we were doing a story about the opioid crisis and particularly about fentanyl. And we met this clandestine chemist who just got out of serving 25 years in prison, and we went to interview him in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where Cristina is from. And we sat down with the guy, and he's like, I actually had a really promising future before I, chose to make illicit drugs. He said, in high school, I won the Badger State Science Fair, and Cristina turned to me and said, I also won that fair. And that was the first time that I learned that Cristina was a science fair kid, and, thankfully chose to work for good and not make drugs.
Not that much. But yeah, so it was largely, I fell in love with this world when I was a teenager, and like I said before the show, I have always wanted to make something to celebrate these kinds of kids. I felt in high school like the football players get celebrated all the time, and then the kids who are going to change the world someday don't get quite the same reception like you see with Kashfia's story. So, we wanted to celebrate them like rock stars, like ISEF does. So there was a lot of joy and a lot of love for this world that is behind the movie.